Mike, back at home on Saturday, what's your thoughts ahead of the game?
So look, we've come off the back of two poor results, two poor performances, very unlike ourselves, especially considering the run-in that we had previously, and the focus is just getting back to how we started. We looked at how we performed against Notts County, Dagenham, and Weymouth, and we found a really good formula, a really good system. And it's just now about getting back to that, because I think we've come away from that in the last couple of games.
And obviously, we're talking off the back of the 1-1 draw against Kings Lynn last time out. A few people will be disappointed that we didn't go on to win the game, maybe in performance we know we're capable of. What do we do to make sure we've learned from that game and we bring it into Saturday's game?
I think with the Kings Lynn performance, it was it was an isolated game, in the sense that we weren't very much like ourselves. Barring the first 5 minutes, we struggled to get a grip on how they played. Boys looked quite out of position. We had to correct a few things at half time, and we just struggled to get to grips with them. Our pressing structure wasn't right. The team out of possessions, just didn't get to grips with it. So from our point of view, it's just about getting back to how we were against, like I said, the Notts Counties, the Dagenhams, the Weymouth game, because that really built a strong foundation. So we worked on that today in training. We'll work on it again tomorrow, and hopefully put a good performance on the weekend.
A positive from the game was obviously Ricky Miller back on the score sheet. It's good to see him score his first goal here at home, and hopefully we can continue that on Saturday.
Yes, obviously I'm delighted for him. It was a great finish. And yeah, as you say, hopefully he gets more opportunities and puts more in the back of the net.
Just a quick note about any injuries. What's the latest on the players who are returning? Any news, or still as it was last week?
Still as it was last week. Alfie is back on the pitch running, so he'll be a couple weeks away. But yeah, same as usual.
We're getting to the business end of the season where people can go up and down and playoffs and this, that, and the other. We've already said we're not looking at the playoffs, but maybe this is a chance for players who are looking for a contract next season to get their chance to earn those for next season as well.
Yes, of course. I think the season's been quite strange. There's been so many twists and turns that whenever the word playoffs is mentioned, it kind of distracts us from what we've been really good at, and we don't want to really focus too much on targets. Our focus for the next few games is, can we build on what we've put together? Our team shape in possession, our team shape out of possession. A lot of the good things that we can hopefully use the remaining games as a pre-season for next year. So it's a great opportunity for boys to come in, show us what we can do. We will obviously chop and change and make a few changes just to see how other players fare in the system that we've created over the last couple of weeks.
And looking back at the Wealdstone game, we beat them at their place in a bit of a thriller, 4-3. We'll be hoping for obviously the same amount of goals, if not more, but maybe a bit more sturdy defensively this time around as well.
Yes, of course. Look, they've come off the back of two really tricky, disappointing results, but the National League can be a different beast. We won't take the game for granted. We're looking to get the 3 points and obviously put in a good performance that hopefully will produce a lot of goals in the game for us.
Exactly that. They come off the back of two really disappointing defeats for them, as do we. Arguably, no, not two defeats, but a draw that we should have won, a defeat against Barnet. So both teams will be up for it and hoping for a good result against the other.
Yes, certainly. And we'll, like I said in the previous questions that you've asked, the game is a platform for us to build on the good things that we've done in recent games. So we'll look to do that.
Are you in the shop? Sign up below.
Click here for the next video. Click here to subscribe.